Hey all. Had to break out a Canadian sweater for the Gordon Lightfoot tune. I think November 10th is 50 years since the Edmund Fitzgerald sinking. Remember seeing it on the news when I was a kid. In fact, we Weekly Reader. Do they still have that thing for school kids? It was a thing like a newspaper you'd get every week at school. World events and national events. Like a kid's version of the Weekly News. And Edmund Fitzgerald sinking was in there. I think there's a few guitars, at least a couple. One's a 12 that's doing this A. I'm going to call it A, even though there's a capo at the second fret. This A sus2, I think. So it's like an A. Surprisingly, for a song that's like a dirge, basically, there's only one minor chord in it, and it's not filled with minor chords. In fact, this main chord is not an A minor. It's not an A minor, it's an A without the B string covered. So the intro, and this comes back whenever the guitar fill comes in between verses and stuff, the same progression comes along. So it's A, sus2, like an A without the B string covered. That's the intro. Right? So it's that A sus2, then this is a G6, so it's like barring a G. But you got the high E open to make a 6. And the A string stays open on all three of these intro chords. This next one's like a D, but the E string, the high E stays open. Then right back into it. G, D, A. Now, for a slow song, there's a lot more picking strumming going on than strumming. No real picking. Than you would expect. So it's not just. It's not that. And when you're going into another verse, work on the dynamics of that. Build it up, get it back down again. So that's your intro. And then during the verses, E minor. So that A. Just take both fingers, move them up a string to an E minor, and then G, D. Alright, whenever the guitar comes back in, it's going to do that intro part again. Right? And that's all the chords for that. Now, I believe there's also, doink, another one. Because one thing I hear through a lot of those chords is playing around with that note. So if you put a capo on 4, so instead of A, this is just a straight G, because you hear that note. Right, so your intro would just be. the verse. D minor, F, C to G. I think that's what this guitar is doing. So the guitar break on this one is just in F, C, G for those guitar breaks in between. But I think that's the whole tune. And certainly, Gord is playing that 12-string capo at the second fret. I mean, there's videos of him doing it. So he's on the 12. Good luck.